Sounds like Chris Brown here at Sign, beautiful people. 5:31 UK time right now. We get in the newsroom for the latest national and international news with Chris. We're back in 2 minutes. On 102.6 FM and online at signfm.com. It's time for the national and international news.
The Education Secretary is under pressure to explain why his department's allowing a teacher who downloaded child abuse images back into classrooms. There are calls for Michael Gove to explain in the House of Commons. Geoffrey Betley, who was sacked by his school in West Yorkshire 2 years ago, has been given permission to work again. Parents from his former school are shocked.
I mean, I asked the children last night if they knew him, and they partially knew him. They said there was nothing wrong with him. I don't think he should be at school.
I don't think he should teach, no. I don't think it's right.
It's your worst nightmare when you hear these stories going off. It should not be allowed anywhere near children again. Something like that cannot be forgiven.
A paranoid schizophrenic who ran down and killed a mother of 3 in a hit-and-run rampage has been detained in a secure hospital indefinitely. Matthew Treverden turned a 3-ton van into a weapon and mowed down Karina Menzies and 17 others in Cardiff last year. Many of the victims and their families were in court today. Several reacted angrily as sentence was passed. Our reporter Isabel Webster is at Cardiff Crown Court.
The judge said to him, "On any view, you have committed a large number of grave crimes." He added, "You have caused incalculable harm to many people, and that when in the grip of your illness, you are a dangerous man."
2 men, including a former intelligence officer for Saddam Hussein, have been jailed for raping a teenage boy in a Manchester department store. The 14-year-old was abducted and attacked in Manchester last year. A plane has crashed into a back garden in Gloucestershire. The light aircraft had a 76-year-old pilot at the controls. He was unhurt when it crashed into trees at Cheltenham this morning. There's been no change in the base rate of interest. The Bank of England's decided to keep it on hold at its record low of 0.5%. And Miss World contestants are being banned from wearing bikinis this year after protests from some Muslim groups. This year's pageant's taking place in Bali, and girls will now be required to wear traditional long sarongs instead. That's the latest. I'm Chris Giles.
Thank you, Chris. Have a good evening.
This is the station with all your music in one place.
Do I do what you do when I do my love to you? We're up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to get. 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 We're up all night to get lucky. We're up all night to get lucky. A million days in your arms is never too much. And I just don't wanna stop.
We continue with more great music on Sign FM 102.6, the station that plays decades of music. Turn it up.
Let it never be said the romance is dead, 'cause there's
the Kaiser Chiefs here at Sign. Ruby, 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 Ruby. Sorry, just had to clear my throat there. Oysters, liver and anchovies have topped a list of foods deemed unpalatable by British adults today. Almost half the population, that's 47%, said oysters were among the foods they would not eat. Must admit, I wouldn't touch an oyster. Not my cup of tea at all. With the figure increasing to 57% of women, I said exactly the same. Wouldn't touch an oyster. Some 46% of adults said they dislike liver. I must admit, I'm not keen on liver either. Closely followed by anchovies. That's them little tiny fishy things, isn't it? That's not for me either. Which are unlikely to appear on the plates of 45% of those questions. So that's oysters, liver, anchovies. The poll asked a number of adults to list a list of foods they could not or would not eat, and they found that 42% cannot stomach tofu. Tofu. Horrible stuff. 39% detest black pudding. Now you see, I don't mind that. I'm okay with that. Fried in a breakfast, that's fine. And 37% would not select sushi. But it is very popular these days, isn't it? Again, it's not for me. It's fish stuff. I just don't do fish. Rounding out of the top 10 most unpopular foods were blue cheese, named by 34% of the adults. Olives with 33%. Now, here's a surprising one. Surprising two, actually. Licorice. 28% don't like licorice. And marzipan. 26% don't like marzipan. Wow. It's strange, isn't it, what people like and dislike as regards to food-wise. Just 5% of the people that were surveyed said they did not dislike any food at all. So just a small number of people. Very, very hard, isn't it? Not to like everything and dislike everything, you know. It's got to be something that you don't like food-wise. You can't just like every single food, no matter what. There's got to be something that you would not do, would not taste, would not touch whatsoever. So I can't believe the fact there's 5% of people would absolutely eat anything in front of them. But hey-ho. 20 minutes to 6, we'll do the TV guy next.
You haven't walked in my shoes. I'm gonna move on. It's my life, it's my life. It's my life, it's my life. It's my life, it's my life.
VH, Armand Van Helden, of course. You don't know me. Headlines in the Doncaster Star this evening. Unions calling on Mayor Jones to investigate the 500,000